Senator Captain Hung Cow. Let's all welcome him here. Welcome aboard there.
Hey, all right.
Sir.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry to jump in on this meeting like this, but it's just there's some logistics that need to be done if we want to make this Virginia Beach trip happen. So I wanted to kind of tell you guys a little bit about it.
Good.
Excellent.
Fill us in.
So what I have is a big tour of an aircraft carrier. So an aircraft carrier is the largest ship in the Navy. It's about 4 football fields long. It has 6,000 sailors on board when you embark the air wing. There's the air wing on board is the 7th largest air force in the world. The aircraft carrier, basically, when you stand it on end like this, it's taller than the Empire State Building. So it's a big. It's got 2 nuclear reactors that can power a big city, and so it's pretty amazing for us to see that. And so I've arranged it for a tour there. And so the logistics is that I'm going to need everybody that's going to participate. I'm going to need their names, date of birth, and social security numbers. And so we have to figure the most secure way to do that, so I can submit it into the really to the Navy, and it needs to be done 3 weeks out too. So really, that's why I'm kind of jumping on this. We have till next week really to get it in before the 3-week mark. But it's going to be really neat, and then we'll go see an F-18 squadron as well. And you know, I think what we've always talked about is that you guys are kind of like feeder sources, right? You're teaching these kids discipline and respect and perseverance and everything else, and that's what we need in the military right now, because we have a huge recruiting issue. And that's why all these carrier commanding officers who, you know, most of them will make admiral. If they have a successful tour as a commanding officer of a carrier, they will become admirals in the United States Navy. In fact, I think the ship we're going on, the Truman, the commanding officer already made admiral, so he's gonna leave there soon. Anyways, it's just a unique opportunity for us to see where some of your students might end up one day. You know, it ranges everything from a pilot to a ship driver to, you know, a mechanic on board, a young kid. I mean, imagine an 18-year-old kid who's working on an F-35 or an F-18. You know, that's a $135 million piece of equipment that they're working on, and so I think that's kind of neat to see that this is the end result you will have as well. Gosh, I mean, that's what I want to kind of push, and then obviously there's other events also. A friend of mine who was a special operator, just like me, he was, in fact, when he was listed, he was my instructor 25, or I guess maybe 30 years ago. He was my instructor at dive school, and he now owns iFly, and he's very immersed with the community. So he will bring out I believe he will talk to you a little about his program. What's called Elevate Your Leadership. He's teaching a lot of leadership to business owners, but also we're going to try to bring in the chairman of the Chamber of Commerce from Virginia Beach, so you can see how he integrates with the local community, and the Chamber of Commerce, and you know how they integrate. So that's what I want to kind of bring to you guys, and kind of I need to think about how to securely send your socials, because I don't want to compromise that, but we will figure a way to do that.
Tell us one more time, Captain, on the its name, social. What else did you say?
Oh, I'll send all that stuff out, sir. So it's got name, social, date of birth, and place of birth. And so I assume there's no foreign nationals here, right? Everybody here is American, because that's
Well, they're Canadian. We have some Canadian
members.
Okay. That's let me those people I'm gonna have to get first, because that's gonna throw a little wrench in the works. But don't worry about it. We can do it.
Awesome. Okay, great.
Awesome.
Yeah, Captain Cow, just send us a detailed checklist of what we need, or if that is it. Did you say name, date of birth?
No, sir. I'll send you everything on
Okay.
email, because I don't want to just say it out loud and you're like, what? But you didn't say to do that. We'll send everything. We'll send it on email. But that's why I want to jump on, gentlemen and ladies, and I just want to be able to say that this is a really unique opportunity for us to see an operational aircraft carrier that's, you know, with so many sailors on board, and what they do every day. I mean, everybody's important on there, from the cook to the mechanic to the pilot, and you know, it's every single person makes this little this large piece of machinery work, right? I mean, like I said, it's a nuclear powered aircraft carrier. So I mean, you have nuclear engineers on board working on these things day in and day out. There's no such thing as locking up the thing and going home at night. There's always a quarter of the crew that's on board that's taking care of this ship. So
Can you also, if you could, for everybody, because I know Master Oliver had talked about that you had a fundraiser. Was that Thursday or Friday night?
it's Thursday night, sir. Thursday night,
Okay.
and again, just you know, it's just one of those things where I want to see for you guys to see also how we interact, you know, with constituents and how we talk to people and how we bring forth. You know, I mean, it starts with a young kid standing in front of, you know, judges. My name is, you know, Hung Kao. My style is Taekwondo, right? I mean, it goes from there to being able to stand in front of an audience of hundreds of people and stating your case and being able to say, hey, this is why you needed to vote for me. And you know, we're developing young men and women to lead in industry, in military, in business, and also in government as well. And so this is your end result of your hard work.
Awesome. Awesome. So we're looking forward to seeing that and
Sure.
participating in that for you too.
Yes, sir. I can pop back out on Thursday just to say the same thing if you have a new group of people, but I needed to get this out today because I just talked to all these people this morning and I wanted to be able to you know, coordinate this visit. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to need a lot of information very soon, and maybe it's one of those things where we tell everybody just put one number off of your social or something like that. So and then I'll just add that number back in. You know, like if it's your last four is 11345, then it's maybe we put 1347, and then I just know that to subtract 2 from that number or something like that. We just need to be able to.
What we did last time is Bob's the one that all the work falls on here. But what we did last time is Bob just collected all the details. We had to do this with West Point. Not only we had to do it with Annapolis, but we had to when we went to West Point the first couple of times. So we just ended up putting together an internal sheet where we had everybody who's going to be there, you know, primary members, guests, their social security date of birth, and then we faxed it over to whoever needed it. So whatever the most secure way is to get the full list.
Okay, well, I have a secure way to get it to the military because you know I still work in industry, so we have a secure way to getting it up. It was just from you to me, and you know,
Yeah.
electrons, you can't trust electrons. I mean, it really anybody can hack anything, and so I don't want to. I just don't want to compromise your safety. So if one person can send me all that stuff, then what I'll do is then I'll send it up to secure means.
Sounds good. Well, we'll get that together. Bob is so excited about all the extra layer of work that just got put on his plate because he has such an easy time getting everybody to RSVP on a timely manner anyway.
Yes, sir. Again, this is one of those things where we have to get it, you know, within 3 weeks, or else we're just not going to be able to get people on. And then I've got to also, it is on me, but I've got to figure out people with military ID that can take that can take it on board. So I'm going to have to work with some of my friends to escort people on board. So it'll be fine.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds
All right.
good.
Well, thank you for letting me crash your party here. I just wanted to give you that update because we've been working hard to get all this carrier and then the Air Wing lined up for you guys.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Well, hopefully your campaign is rocking and rolling.
Oh yes, it's going really well, extremely well. So we'll be doing. You know, you'll see again. I just wanted you guys to see the enthusiasm on that Thursday night. You know, it's not. I'm not trying to get a buck from you guys, but it's just I'm trying to just ensure that you guys see. Again, this is all the facets of what we do when we train young men and women. You know, giving them the confidence to do what they do and giving them the determination and the perseverance.
Awesome.
Outstanding.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for
See
popping
you,
in.
sir.
Yes,
Looking
sir.
forward to seeing you.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, guys, any questions on anything so far before we